Hello everyone, welcome back to Batmania. I'm Captain Logan.
And I'm Eric.
And it's time to get into some territory of we don't know what we're looking at. Today we're going to be looking at Batman Unlimited Animal Instincts. This is the first of 3 movies based on an action figure line that I never thought looked particularly great and thought it was a little bit perplexing that they made movies based on it.
Or what most people probably know this as, the obvious inspiration for the current Bat-Sate symbol.
Yeah, it does look like that. I thought that was really weird when that first came out. I was like, really? You're going that way with it? All right, that's counterintuitive.
Well, look, she's sold, so that must be...
We'll see what this Tom King guy is like. But anyway, so Eric and I have not seen any of these. This is going to be the... I think...
You said you've seen, like, a scene or something from...
Yeah, I saw it, and it was the second or third one. Jason watched one of these, and I watched a few minutes of it, and was kind of impressed by the writing and thought it looked really clever and kind of crisp. So
we'll see if we can keep that for...
Yeah, and we'll see if it's like that in the first place, because maybe it got better, you know? It wasn't this one, so I don't know. But anyway, this, I think, is going to be a little bit of a milestone for us. This is the first time, or at least just a new thing for us. This will be the first time we've done a Batman thing that neither of us have seen.
Yeah.
In Marvel Mania,
we had
Man-Thing. I think was the only movie neither of us had seen.
Yes.
So these will be the Man-Thing of Batmania. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But obviously these are aimed primarily at kids. We'll see how much of a kind of Saturday morning cartoon or Brave and the Bold type feel these might have. The sense I got from it with the little bit I saw was that it was kind of like the writing caliber of Justice League or Justice League Unlimited, but sillier than that. Was kind of the sense I got. And costumes that are awful. And you're just going to keep going, oh my god, that suit's bad, that suit's bad. But just remember, the aesthetic is these silly toys, and they're toy commercials. So.
Is it a little weird that at this point, I think with a lot of superhero things, specifically Batman, but maybe it's just DC things, like,
yeah,
we make for adults or we make them funny? Like
nothing in between.
Batman the Animated Series doesn't really exist.
Yeah. I think that's right. I mean, I think you've had...
I mean, Young Justice...
I was going to go to Young Justice. I was going to go to Spider-Man Unlimited. Or Spider-Man... Spectacular Spider-Man.
But Young Justice is written at a higher level. Like, I think one of the reasons Young Justice didn't work is it's aiming for, like, 16 and up. Whereas...
Do you think little kids would enjoy that show?
I don't think little... I don't... Like, I think if you sat down and watched it with Jason, I think he would be bored.
So that's the Ninja Turtles 2003 of DC things.
Yeah. Except it's... And no offense to Ninja Turtles 2003, it's way better. That first season of Young Justice is... I think, me personally,
I just started.
Opinion,
I've seen the first 3 episodes.
The first season of Young Justice is the single best adaptation of comics ever.
Interesting.
That is my opinion.
Which is why you were wanting me to watch that, review it with you, and then watch season 2.
Yes, yeah. Season 2 is good. It is not season 1. And kind of a big letdown after season 1.
Things that are more in the middle, in recent memory, not stuff going on at this very, very moment, but I would argue Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Yes, yeah, no, that's fair.
He's in that department.
But the one we followed it with, Avengers Assemble, I think
it's just
way
for
more
little
comedy.
Yeah. So maybe you're saying this is more of a development in the last few years. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because obviously Spectacular Spider-Man, but you look at Ultimate Spider-Man, you look at Avengers Assemble, even Hulk Agents of Smash, which I thought was the best of them.
And we have this divide where even if the comedy things are really good, it's hard to get adults to look at them because they're aimed more at kids, even if a lot of the jokes and references and things are kind of more for you. Like, I like a lot of comedic things that are fun for kids to watch, but they know there's adults in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love stuff like that, but I cannot convince adults to look at the Lego Justice League movies, and they're not just for kids; they're for us also. They're satirical and they're parodies of that stuff. But you're right; we don't have enough stuff that is smack dab in the middle. And I'm not saying that a lot of the more serious cartoon shows are not kid appropriate enough much of the time.
Well, and
but
I don't
right,
need
they kind of leave them in the dust a little bit.
I don't need it to be super sophisticated storytelling, but like, we don't have anything, I think, like we did when we were kids, where like it is a little bit more in the
even Justice
middle.
League Action isn't really like that.
Yeah, I think Justice League Action is intended for kids, and like maybe Justice League Action would be the best approximation of what I'm talking about. But like
right now, yeah.
But like we used to make
not
shows...
that we've watched a great deal of that. It could have changed.
Yeah.
But obviously, Steven Universe isn't the same thing a couple seasons in as it is at the beginning.
Although I haven't heard anybody talk about Justice League Action. I don't even know if we got season 2.
I've been seeing merchandising, so I'm assuming it's still on.
Okay.
But maybe that's leftovers. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it got another season. I don't know.
But it seems like there's not a lot of not jokey, not silly superhero stuff for kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
It seems like we're just assuming
we were ripe with it when we were kids.
Yeah. It seems like we're just assuming
that was the norm. That was the primarily what you had, and then you had
that was the bar that was set.
And then you had parodies of it, like a lot of the great jokey stuff going on, like Freakazoid the Tick and things like that. Were making fun of the sophisticated, smart, serious, but okay for kids things that also had a sophistication about them themselves, and not just new adults were in the room, but were making jokes that kids wouldn't appreciate. Let's just get into this, shall we? If you want to watch it with us, and we encourage you to, because we've never seen this before, there's likely to be a little more dead air than normal. We're going to try to fill it as much as we can. We're not going to do any extra stuff. We're not going to play any games or anything, because we want to focus on it, because we haven't seen it before. But you can get a DVD, or I don't know if this is on Blu-ray, but you can get the DVD if you have it. And
we just wasted all of our material to talk about this.
We did. We did it. Get it. Well, I don't know. I mean, you and I have made a million videos together. You've been living with me for quite a while now. If we're not out by now, we probably never will be. And still, a year and a half of you living here, we still have nights where we stay up half the night and don't know where the time went and have conversations.
We're like, oh crap, it's 4 o'clock. I gotta get up in the morning.
I don't know how that happened, but that's when you know you have a spectacular co-host. Anyway, so not to mention friend, yeah. So that got sappy and heartfelt real quick. I'm not expecting people to have this. I encourage you to go grab it, pause this, go like find a copy.
Have they dropped like the $5 bin yet? Or are they still
I
like
think some
$15?
of these are. I think at least the first couple are probably cheaper. I don't think I paid more than $7 or $8 for them. So, for at least the earlier ones. I mean, I don't know. I honestly was surprised I had all 3 on the shelf. I thought I was gonna have to go get one, so I don't know what I paid for that last one.
Can I see the case for a second?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
I just want to look at some stuff.
Here we go, folks. We know almost nothing about these. I don't know about voice acting. I don't know anything. I thought it would be fun to discover all that as we go along. And I would also be interested to know, people in the comments, if there are any fans of this, and if anybody has, at the very least, ever seen these before. Because I expect this is going to be uncharted territory for a lot of people, and not just us.
So I just spoiled myself and got this reaction out of the way. This is an awful Nightwing costume.
Look, stop that. What did I say? Wait, that's going to happen.
There's a special feature on here that says, Penguin, High Society Criminal, featurette.
Oh, interesting.
Is it just like a spotlight on the Penguin, or is it like a short?
No, it sounds like that's a spotlight.
It does sound like that.
No, well, it's called featurette, so it would be a featurette. That's not a short.
Is Penguin the villain of that film? I guess we'll find out.
Penguin and his Animilitia, which is a squad of villains. So Animalitia. Oh my God! I just did that. Animalitia.
So it sounds like it's ambiguous if Penguin's the villain.
It's not. He's the leader of a squad of supervillains, including Silverback, Cheetah, Killer Croc, and the monstrous Man-Bat. Okay, are we ready? Oh, Red Robin's in this. Let's get started. Here we go. Everybody, please press play. Right? Now! Yeah, I'm expecting to see some characters in this that we have not seen adapted a lot. I think we'll get some of that, some more recent stuff. And I mean, in the 3 of these, because I'm sure they're not all going to use the same superheroes every time. Hey, there's Batman.
Makes sense.
Throwing his bat. Oh, that's cool. His Batarang turned into a Batwing.
That's pretty cool.
Look at that futuristic-looking city. Oh yeah, I think this is supposed to be like kind of a futuristic-y Batman, but not like a Batman Beyond kind of thing. Okay. Just like a world that's a little bit more futuristic-looking.
So right up front, I have a question. How do you feel about direct-to-DVD properties having their own like theme song title credits thing?
I think that's awesome.
Okay.
Why?
I think it's a TV show thing, and if you're making a movie, make a movie.
I disagree.
Okay.
Because I don't think these things. I think they're sitting halfway in between TV shows and movies, and I think that's okay. I think it's like we would love to make a regular series, but we just don't have the money to do that. And also, that's a real short kind of thing. It's
no.
It's not a credit
that
sequence.
was really short. Yeah.
And because it's not a credit sequence, I think it's kind of more okay. If they each had their own credit sequence because it's a movie, like that's also okay. So
it is all futuristic.
That doesn't look like the Penguin. That looks like the Vulture.
Oh, but it's not a terrible design.
It's not but he looks like a 75-year-old penguin, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta put the subtitles on here. But yeah, it's futuristic-y. It looks like Spider-Man 2099 or something.
Yeah. Very cyberpunk.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I like red inside the Batcave.
Yeah, I do too.
That's nice.
It's like Blade Runner or something. Not the red inside the Batcave, the city.
Well, and that costume is different than the one on the cover. Like, that's an all-black costume. Look at that. Like, that's a pretty nice costume. I don't like the costume at all.
I like it.
That's a little big, but otherwise...
I like it better than the costume we just looked at yesterday in this. But he's got the chin strap. He's still got the chin strap.
Is that a New 52 thing? Did we give that to him in the New 52?
That's what I was trying to remember. I don't
think so. Like, when I think of Capullo's art, I don't picture that.
I don't remember. I don't have my phone right in front of me right now.
You look kind of like Watson. It's just a rip-off Sherlock Holmes 22nd Century.
My immediate impression of this is somebody put some effort into this, right?
Yeah. No, this looks great. This looks better than the previous two films we just watched.
I'm going to go as far as to say this is easily Batman Beyond Justice League animation quality. Yep. And it's throwing back to that stuff hard, right? Yep. Like, I have a wave of nostalgia coming over me for that material, regardless of the fact that we just covered some of that material on this show. Like, I like the vibrant colors. I don't know, I'm immediately interested in this.
Oh, I know this is going to be really intriguing to everyone at home, but I meant to
tell you... It's a robo-dog.
But I meant to tell you before we started...
Is that the dog? Is that the dog of the Brainchild? Is that a dog? Actually, it looks more like a wolf or a fox or something. I'm sorry, what?
When I filled up this water bottle upstairs, your fridge started yelling at me.
Oh, yeah, because it needs a filter.
Change or order filter.
Yeah.
So just let
Did you do that? Did you order the filter?
I did not.
Okay.
I didn't even know how to do that. There was a button on the fridge where I could press it.
The order filter button?
So are we intentionally...
I always... So you always talk about... Sorry. You always talk about how you're like a costume... What do you say?
Fashionista.
Fashionista.
Superhero fashionista.
But I have my big thing. You know what my big thing is?
The ears?
Don't put the symbol on the belt if you have the symbol here.
But you love so many Batman costumes that do that.
I don't like this one. I mean, I like this costume, but I don't need...
Because you like 66, and 66 does that.
No, it's subtle. I always forget it's there. Look, if it was... I'm looking at it right now. If it's a picture on the belt as opposed to being like a big belt buckle itself, I mean, I'm with you. I don't need that either, but...
So, we're intentionally using this costume here because we're kind of Batman Beyond, right?
Yes.
That's why we open with this costume.
I'm fine with that. It's an homage thing. Like... This guy is doing a Conroy.
That...
Right?
If the tip of that bat was a little bit higher up, that'd be a great bat symbol. And it's a different design on his belt. It's at least a different design.
I don't totally hate it.
No, I don't either, but if the tip was a little bit higher...
Do you think this is a little bit too big? Just the tip on the bottom is just a little bit...
Yeah, that's
massive.
What
Is that,
yeah.
Is that what you said a minute ago?
Yeah.
I thought you said that, but I couldn't remember. Sorry.
It was literally 30 seconds ago. Maybe even less. This wolf is very fast.
The soundtrack is having a lot of fun.
Yeah, it feels like big fun heroics.
It's just it's just a big adventure kind of.
Oh, he's never gonna make that. Oh, he made it.
It feels.
I'm just gonna react like that the whole movie.
Wow, that orchestral stuff. I was just about to say this is already really movie serial, and then it goes to this like really movie serial place in the soundtrack with the flute stuff.
I like... Did you see the little spin Batman?
Yeah, that was weird.
To avoid a car, that was... But it seemed like the car just passed. Maybe the car flipped him around. I'm not really sure.
So these guys miss Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah.
They're going, we're just going to make that. I'm not saying that's what this is, but...
Yeah, we haven't really gotten to the writing yet, but at least so far, this feels like we really missed the Bruce Timm aesthetic. We wish you guys were doing that, so we're going to do it.
Hey, look, it's Batman! Oh, he's not an urban legend anymore, folks.
In that series, the War Games, which at some point we're going to review because you've never read it and it's awful and you're really excited to read it because it looks like you're Batman.
Wait, why was I excited to read that?
Because it looks like you're Batman.
I don't remember this.
I got the 3 books, we were flipping through them, and you were like, oh, we have to read these.
Okay, I'm going to say it. That costume's horrible.
It's awful!
Nightwing looks really bad, and his hair is insane.
But they do a thing in that where they do the big, like, Batman's caught on camera, and it's like...
Is this not Catwoman? Is this someone else?
No, that's probably Catwoman. It looks like Catwoman to me. Yeah.
Or it's going to turn out to not be Catwoman. It's not
Catwoman.
It's
Tigra.
Cheetah.
Cheetah. Sorry. Tigra is Marvel.
Yeah, that's a weird cheetah design as well.
It's the lines on the face that
it's
are
the
weird.
belt and the weird and the thing on the leg too.
I feel like cheetah.
Nobody likes a cheetah. Ha ha ha. We always have to use that pun because it's the only cheetah pun we have.
There are other cheetah puns.
That's the only one I ever hear anyone ever write. Like,
someone's eating a sandwich, they could be like, I like my burger with some cheetah.
just keep working. Just keep working on that.
Is it any worse than nobody likes a cheetah?
Yeah, it is actually. That's pretty rough.
But in war games, they do this thing where, like, they catch Batman on camera and they treat it like it's the first time. Like, we have confirmation that Batman's not an urban myth. But Nightfall happened, so that's weird.
So yeah, that is weird. Oh yeah, no, in Nightfall, like,
I like this Killer Croc. I immediately like this Killer Croc.
Yeah, and he's got that metal thing that we liked with. No, I'm not making fun of it, but we thought that was funny with Killer Shark.
Yeah,
King Shark.
Well, I like that's his lower jaw. It's like Baron von Underbite. That's not mine. That's a character.
Oh, okay, it's funny. Sorry. I think when someone came up with that, they meant for someone to laugh out loud when they heard it. Good job.
No, it did. It's from Venture Bros. There's a villain with a big male jaw like that. But he's not a crocodile man.
See, Tim Burton should love this movie if you could ever make him watch it, right? Because it's all about the animal villains against Batman, the animal.
So,
got a whole team of animal villains.
We can put a fork in. No matter how hard anyone tries, we will never get away from, like, mutant crocodile Killer Croc. No matter how hard anyone tries to be like, I'm taking him back to just being a guy with a skin condition.
Well, first of all, this is a big Saturday morning cartoon thing, so that's how you're going to do them.
I'm not complaining about it here. I'm talking about Killer Croc in general.
I'm not complaining about it at all. Why would you want to get away from that? Why would you want him to just be a guy with a skin condition? I like giant mutated Killer Croc. Like, I guess it has been fun before, but we can't be that critical of these costumes. It's these silly action figures.
It's just the visor.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a great cut. And the chin strap. The visor and the chin strap. If we take away that, it's a fine...
I guess it's problematic when you have a Killer Croc that kind of looks like a big giant mutant creature, but we just say it's a skin condition. But, like, which happens, but I don't need skin condition Killer Croc. Like, you know me, I like a little bit of supernatural and at least pseudoscience in my Batman. Like, why not do mutated creatures? We're not trying to come up with some other way to do Mr. Freeze.
It's because Killer Croc starts that way.
As a guy with a skin condition?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's fair. It's just, it got popular. I get why it's popular. I don't know. He's got to have his own lizard, I guess.
And unlike the lizard, there's more than one story to tell with that character.
Sure, yeah, sure, true. See, I'm not even convinced Nightwing has hair. It's like he's just got a plastic piece that just moves with him every time he moves.
No, I'm a sucker for any kind of mask that comes up to here. Like, I'm sure I've talked about this. If your mask stops here and your hair comes out, I love it.
I know, I like that a lot too. But that's not what that is. That's this weird impossible thing where it's like, it's hardly a mask. It looks like it would have to be part of your face because it doesn't come up here and then have a front part. It just comes up here, and I don't know what that is. It has nothing across the top.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's not what that is. No, what you're talking about, I love.
Oh, well, it doesn't have to come across the top because the mask is there. The mask is what's connected.
But is it connected? It didn't look like it was connected.
We'll have to look.
We'll have to look.
We'll have to pay real close attention.
Sure. Yeah.
Is that Gorilla Grodd or is it Ultra Humanite?
It can't be Ultra Humanite because that's not an animal character.
He's a big gorilla-looking guy, isn't he?
Ultra Humanite is not a gorilla.
Oh, he looks like a gorilla.
Yeah, I know. I used to mix him up with who did you just say?
Gorilla Grodd.
Gorilla Grodd, thank you. That's who this is, yeah.
What are you gonna do with all those soap bars?
No, Rockman, who was on Who Reviews the Reviewers, and did the art for some stuff in Midwestern Panels for us, he designed a Captain Logan costume that does that.
Oh, cool.
That is loosely based on the TNG uniforms.
Oh, that's
and it's
cool.
a red suit. It's a red superhero suit that's based on the TNG uniforms, and it has a mask that goes up to here. And then because I have crazy wild wacky hair, my hair comes out the top, and my hair and my beard are red.
Nice.
It's great.
So I don't hate this design for Green Arrow. I don't need the femme fatale over one eye, like hood flopping forward thing.
Oh yeah, that is kind of femme fatality.
It's also weird that it feels like it's a mask. It doesn't feel like it's a hood, but it's not. It's not.
It is fun that it's
He's got a scouter.
And it's funny because like so far there's not any story stuff to talk about, so all there is superficial like toy commercial or like toy stuff to talk about, and that's what's advertised. So I'm expecting
that's just the Batman Beyond city.
Yeah, it is. And
I also love Batman Beyond.
Yeah, and they're doing the billboards like Blade Runner, and yeah, they're not like talking to you, but they're not holograms. This sounds
already,
like.
Sorry.
Oh, you go ahead.
I was going to say, and it's already more believable than Hush. Yes, these are things that these characters don't normally do. Unlike the beginning of Hush, Harley Quinn's work with somebody else. That's not her MO.
So if he goes to this costume later, we're all going to cry foul and wonder why.
Yeah, because this costume's pretty great.
Well, it's also really functional. I mean, you can fly around and hover around in it, like... Or glide around in it, I should say.
What if they just put that on the box so that you know that this is part of that toy line, but we're not going to use it because there's a better costume?
That's hilarious. I'm with you. I like the thing Gorilla Grodd has over one eye.
I don't know if that's canon.
No, I think it is. I think it is.
Is he Oliver John's Queen?
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that's canon with the TV show too.
Okay.
I mean, you can look it up if you want to, but I'm pretty sure that's right.
That's not a thing I know.
Look, this taught you something. What I was going to say a minute ago is Batman's voice in this sounds exactly what I would want for a Saturday morning Batman cartoon. And
the Green Arrow voice is quite good too.
Man-Bat looks really cool. Look at Man-Bat. The Animalitia. It's not there yet. Hold on.
That's fun. Zoo Crew because Captain Carrot.
Oh yeah, that is cool. Yeah, these guys clearly know their comics and love that stuff. Could you guys make me a Tiny Titans cartoon, please, just now? Look, he's just Man-Bat from animated series.
Yup.
He's got the same pants and everything.
Yep, he's Jonas. His name is Jonas.
Yep.
That's kind of gunnish.
Not any more than his grappling hook.
That's kind of just animated series. You're right. His face is a little different,
well,
but not much.
5 minutes in, we already have a boxing glove arrow, because we have to have that. Oh, that thing caught a batarang in its mouth. That's cool.
Yeah, but you know what it didn't do?
What?
Didn't have to stop and comment on it. Talk about how dumb it is.
That's true. No, they just did it.
Used it.
No, that's cool. Everybody's playing this really straight. This is all silly and absurd, and
this is kind of what I was asking for just before we started this DVD. This is not a funny thing. It's just, it's for kids.
Yeah.
But if you watch as a kid, like the '60s show, like this would feel like real Batman.
For a 6-year-old, this feels real serious.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, man. I don't know if this is the kind of thing I generally would want to watch like 3 movies in a row of, but. We could be in for a treat here, man.
Yeah.
Like, This also so far strikes me as exactly the kind of thing that you want to talk over while you're watching it.
I don't know. Like, we might miss some.
I'm not. we're gonna miss some subtext.
That was. I kept waiting for one of them to turn together and make a joke, and neither of them made a joke. They just watched and like took in what just happened, and then went on with their day.
It's amazing. It seems like this city is futuristic for exactly one reason besides the one we mentioned already. That it's kind of looking like Batman Beyond. They stole groceries! You can... Maybe the idea is supposed to be, you can get away with these costumes that just look like things that are for kids to play with action figures.
In a future setting?
In a future setting.
This looks like Penguin
Telling you he's the Vulture.
If Rankin and Bass had designed him for a stop-motion movie.
Yeah! That's great.
But then I got this monocle. Oh, it's a high-tech... This is also why it's future, right? So we can do all the fun high-tech stuff.
Yeah, sure. And it's fun that he has a futuristic monocle.
Oh, he's got.
Like he's using the monocle.
It's
Google Glass.
I was going to say detective.
It's detective mode. Yeah,
because it just told him to do that, and then.
Yeah. It's augmented reality in a monocle.
Hey, do you want to go like stand outside convenience stores and then just go and hope they drop their food?
Yeah, is that technically stealing?
You and Sarah can cut down on food bills quite a bit.
I think we could save $80 a month doing that. But you want to try to do it with bags that you know don't have perishables in them.
Yeah.
Like, that's got eggs, you know what I mean? Like that one clearly is just 6 cereal boxes. Bah! I am immediately kind of liking this penguin.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, and he broke a sucker.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
not
wow.
easy.
And one time it took one take. Okay, this really bothers me. They put a little bit of thought into what the city is going to look like. I mean, it's wild and totally out there, but like that versus like the blandness of the nothing city that's in this. Like, I don't mean to compare this like action figure thing.
Someone showed up for
and look, the Batcave is better. Yeah, they're like, oh, we're supposed to make this Batman movie. We should probably make it like interesting and fun to watch. And
that's not a bad Red.
It's not a bad Red Robin. It's pretty much just the Red Robin suit. I am irrationally excited to see the Red Robin costume in any form on screen. Like, just because we haven't really done it much. I'm sure there's something I don't know about that has done it.
I'm unaware of ever doing the Red Robin's costume.
I am too, but I'm assuming somebody's gonna go. I wish it was a skin in Injustice.
Yeah, for Robin?
Yeah. I don't believe it is.
Or Nightwing. I guess you could do it for Nightwing too.
Yeah. Yeah, you could. In the first one, but I don't think he's in the second one. The current one, you do it with Damian Wayne.
Yeah.
I hope you guys are watching this with us. We're not going to explain everything we're laughing at.
Yeah.
The Animalitia.
What did you call it before? An militant?
I was just like reading it phonetically, and then I was like, I'm an idiot.
No. You know I am a terrible out loud reader. I'm not dogging on you.
Yeah, but I have no excuse. Is that going to be a Megazord? Are those Zords? What are we?
Well, we know we
get
here? Mechs in the third movie. Maybe they start here. We seed the mechs.
Yeah,
but those look kind of like Power Rangers the movie.
Eric, I don't want this to be a movie. I want this to be a TV show.
Yeah, this should be a TV show. This should be an ongoing TV show for kids. Wouldn't it be great if we made a show for kids that was fun, but doesn't have to be funny and doesn't insult their intelligence?
Yeah. It's funny just by virtue of what you're putting on screen. It's not constantly making jokes, right?
No, and the characters are making jokes
and
they're human beings.
Right. Well, or
it's not slapsticky, I guess is really...
Right, yeah. And they're not, it's not a ton of one-liners.
It's not pausing going, look how funny.
There's banter.
Yeah. Let's say it's deadly serious.
Oh, wait, did they just do the Families of Gotham thing?
If they did that, I missed it. I'm not sure about their Bruce Wayne, though. That hair is strangely coiffed.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And his chin's a little long.
Oh, he's got drone robots.
Yeah, that's what he was trained against.
Yeah, that's cool.
I understand training
Well,
against robots that would hurt your hands, right?
Here's what I like about the Red Robin pick, instead of just doing regular Robin. You know what I'm going to say, right? They're looking at Kingdom Come.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's really cool. That like they've got drones and Red Robin. It's not Kingdom Come Batman, but they know their comics. Like, they're just drawing from things that make sense with this aesthetic. That's really cool. Gordon, your hair is about as silly as it is an animated series. You have a horn instead of the end of an ice cream cone. You have a horn. You have a horn head.
Got him.
Okay, so how much do you want to bet that the Animalitia is going to break into this party? Right, because it's a party. That's what parties are for, right?
Mm-hmm. They're for breaking into.
Right. You don't have a party in. You don't have a high society party in Gotham unless you expect bad guys to break in. In fact, everyone that goes to a party like this should expect not only that the bad guys are gonna break in or are gonna crash your party, but that whoever threw it was trying to lure them there. That would be the only reason you would throw a party like this.
But has anyone ever considered
if it
sitting
were
outside in one of these parties as people come out and go, ah, and see what they drop?
See,
So
I think those idiots that they were using before would just stand there and be upset because nobody brought groceries. Sorry,
I don't recognize her name. It was like Winsmere or something like that. I don't know if she's just in the scene or like if she's going to report later. But I'm be angry if she's somebody. If like it's like, oh, I'm trying to think of somebody. Who's that girl that's in the first couple episodes of Boy the Batman?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Magpie.
Magpie,
like if she's like Magpie, I'm like, well, I probably shouldn't have done that, but... And I guess it's Animal Thing.
That's Oliver Queen.
Yeah.
He looks hilarious. Some nice soft focus there. This animation's excellent.
There's not Vaseline scraped across the lens.
That's right. Yep. I was immediately excited about that. From frame one, I was like, cool. I don't have to get out my towel. This is easily the oldest penguin I've ever seen.
Yeah.
This penguin is elderly.
Oh.
Uh-oh. I started to get nervous whenever people are making fun of the penguin because I've seen too many versions of the penguin that just, like, murder people, like, really violently for that. I'm not expecting that in this movie, but,
Yeah, unfortunately, if your nose was gushing blood. No, you know what I like about that?
He looks like he could sword fight with that nose, by the way.
It's using the technology, like it's using futuristic setting. It's like he's not like walking around.
Call.
He's picking up on things he wouldn't usually hear.
Yeah, they're relying on that technology.
Yeah, no, I like that.
This is oddly thoughtful. Just about it. I mean, I don't mean like, you know, it's a real thick story.
Poignant.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna
just
do
about the world there.
Real character arcs or anything, but they're trying to build a world, and they're setting it apart from other Batman things. Like, it's reminding us of things, but it's doing a good job of amalgamating some stuff to create its own aesthetic.
Now, this is obviously what Warner Brothers was asking for when they asked for Batman Beyond, right?
That's right.
This is what Warner Brothers...
And we would not like this as much if we had it then instead of Batman Beyond. This is not what we would have wanted. But you're absolutely right. This is what they wanted. They wanted future Batman. They wanted it to not really have anything to do with the other shows. It was supposed to just be Batman set in a futuristic aesthetic. And that's exactly what...
And a younger Batman, I think.
A younger Batman.
The other edict.
And it was supposed to be for, more little kids. They kept trying to aim it younger and younger.
They just kept sending that memo out and hoping that eventually they would get the show they wanted, and they finally got it.
It's really fun. Yeah, all those years later, some of those people might be dead now. I don't know.
Oh, he's standing on fire.
Wow, these really do look like they should combine to make a Megazord.
Yeah.
Oh wow, they're doing a whole environmental thing.
Yeah. But specifically animals, which makes sense for the theme of the film.
For the theme of the film, yeah. Well, I like that kind of set in the future. Mama shit!
Oh, I wanted everybody to laugh at that name. I wanted them to to do what I did.
It wasn't just the name, it was the way he said it.
Yeah.
Mamba Shoot Mechanics! So this is fun. It's an established Batman world, but it's a penguin that people don't know is bad yet. And usually we do a penguin that, oh, I hope the penguin tries to steal a plane or Batmobile or something. But usually we do, surely that happens, right? Right. I bet you $5 that happens in this. But usually we do a penguin that has done a lot of bad things before and been thrown in the institution and stuff, and is trying to make everybody think that he's rehabilitated. We do that story with the penguin more than any other story, I think. Well, that and Penguin for Mayor, but
which is what we do in Earth 1. He's mayor already.
He's mayor already. We open with him there, yeah. And I think he's thin in that, isn't he?
Thinner than I think he's traditionally.
Thinner, yeah.
But he's shorter than I think he's usually portrayed too.
Oh, I thought he was taller than that. I forget now.
Ed wants to read that. Wait for number 30?
You know what? I might be... This sounds really dumb, but I might be confusing it because of... because they do that really thin version of Bullock in that.
Yes. Yes.
And then he starts to let himself go at the end because of all the horrible things that happen.
So, this is obviously here because it's a kid's thing, but this is a good opportunity, I think, to talk about this, which is... So, Bruce and Oliver know each other's identity, and that is not a consistent in superhero things, that other superheroes know their identity. Obviously, when your kids play with toys... I wasn't listening to that
conversation, do they?
Yes, yes. When your kids play with toys, all the superheroes know each other's secret identity. I think it's a smart choice for not... You don't need drama out of that. You don't need to waste time with that in a thing like this.
That's a great point, yeah.
Do you have a preference on superheroes, like, knowing each other's identity and not? I always think it's weird when they don't. Like, I'm always like, oh, you don't know who each other are.
I just don't like to use it for dragged out drama like you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's my whole thing. It depends on who we're talking about. It's a depends question. It depends on what superhero we're talking about in the context of what we're dealing with.
I don't mind, like, if Superman and Wonder Woman know who Batman is, and, like, the rest of the league is like, who is he?
I don't buy that just because he has a league of people he sort of trusts, or he's with a league of people he sort of trusts, that Batman immediately tells everybody his identity.
Well, it depends on...
He is way too paranoid for that.
It depends on what league it is. Like, 5 years into the league, the core leaguers, I feel like...
They should probably know each other's identities.
Because they are friends. I like to think of superheroes as hanging out.
I don't like Batman and Superman not knowing each other's identities. I want that to be figured out immediately, most of the time.
But do you have that, like... I kind of think of superheroes as, like, each other's friends. Like, I like the idea of them hanging out outside of work.
Generally speaking, I like that too, yeah. Well, and they're the only people who understand what they go through.
Mm-hmm. They're the only people that they can talk about.
And that's why I like love interests that live more in that world sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, if we like that more with the love interest, we should like that with our friends too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't mean the superheroes should be an elite club that only pal around with each other, but...
But it makes sense that you'd pal around with the people that you hang out, or that you work with to some extent.
Only other people who put on costumes and go fight crime would understand what you go
It's not like you can go home and then talk to your girlfriend.
Yeah, it would be nice to have someone...
Superhero.
Yeah, or even if they did, they might not appreciate what you're going through.
Which I think is why Peter Parker always talked to the Human Torch so much.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
It's because they were both young guys who were going through similar things. She said grody, and I appreciate that.
Well, and that's why things like the Teen Titans make so much sense, because it's a bunch of teenagers going through not only superhero stuff, but, like, coming of age and puberty and stuff.
And a lot of times in Teen Titans comics, when a hero drops, like, their sidekick off, like when we get the second Speedy, the girl Speedy, when he drops her off, like, they have that conversation. I think Bruce has it about Damian, too, where it's like, you need to be with people your own age that do what you do. It's almost like a summer camp kind of a thing.
So it is really strange to see Man-Bat as part of a team, right? This is a Man-Bat that is lucid enough that he's able to, like, follow directions and work with people, and it makes me wonder how much Langstrom remembers when he's Langstrom.
I think he remembers everything because Penguin revealed that Langstrom was the guy that made the robots, so Langstrom is working with Penguin.
But when he turns into the Man-Bat, I wonder, like, what exactly he is then, because he's not talking.
Mm-hmm.
And so he does seem like he's working more on primal instincts.
I left the girl.
And this movie is called Animal Instincts,
monsters.
so I am wondering like how much that title is actually going to play into the story.
Batman went after Cheetah. He left
if we deal
Gorilla
with
Grodd, Killer Croc, and Man-Bat to the others.
Of course he did. So he's going to be the Captain Kirk of this world.
Yes, yes.
That's great. He's like, I used to like a cat woman, but now I'm interested in a woman cat. They're actually trying to do something with this, dude.
Yeah.
I just asked that question.
Yep.
And now we're talking about the reason versus instinct and... Hot dog! We have a real movie.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
This is at least as intelligently, if not more intelligently written than all the New 52 movies.
Oh, yeah, immediately. It's certainly already more fun than that.
Yeah. It's able to be fun.
And it's paced well, it's got a lot of energy, and I think it does its main job immediately exceptionally well, which is if I were 8 and watching this, I want all these toys.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
I don't even care what they look like. I'm just enjoying this, and so like, even if some of these costumes are silly, and vehicles and stuff, within this, they look cool. Just in the context of this, it all looks cool. I want this stuff.
But
except for Nightwing.
But here's the thing: if you were a kid, you would probably think Nightwing looks cool, and then you'd be really disappointed when you got to regular comics. You're like, oh, that's not what Nightwing looks like. That's what he's supposed to look like. This, and then years later, they'll have this nostalgic thing, and we're gonna see this Nightwing comic in like 30 years when that kid grows up and is drawing Batman comics. Oh, he's not Gorilla Grodd, he's Silverback.
Okay, how much time do you think has passed?
Well, since you asked that, I'm going to guess like an hour.
No, but we are half an hour in, and I cannot believe that. This thing moves pretty well, I think.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm going to say all that time has passed.
I was waiting for you to be like, there are 7 minutes left in this movie.
It's almost over, dude.
Holy crap, that flew by.
When I went and looked, I thought it was going to say 15.
Mm-hmm.
Like... How surprised are you by how watchable this is?
I'm pretty surprised.
I'm pretty surprised.
Is it weird? Like I know, like obviously the animation style.
I'm really enjoying
this. Feels like the kind of stuff that they made for us when we were kids.
I think that's why I'm
not the best stuff. This isn't Batman the Animated Series.
Oh, you know what? We didn't even talk about it. He did put his regular costume on.
Yeah, he did.
But they're functional for different things. Like, with what he's doing right now, jumping through trees and stuff, he's not going to want those wings on. And you know what's cool? I'm talking about the practicality of all that, and the movie is thinking about it, so I don't feel like I'm overthinking it. Like, that's why they did it. I'm not overthinking that. They've been talking about technology and practicality. He does have the symbol in both places on that suit, too.
I saw something on the internet.
Yeah.
That's a question about superhero costume practicality that I'd never thought of before. But you and I can both relate to. So when Daredevil suits up, like if he's out in the wild kind of a thing, and he suits up...
That's fun. He's dealing with actual crocodiles? He's in like a crocodile exhibit while he's fighting Killer Croc?
Well, they all went to their own exhibit. Like Silverback went to the gorilla exhibit.
Oh, I didn't even pick up on that.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm talking about other things. I'm not picking up on regular, obvious things.
When Daredevil's like out and about and changing his costume, what does he do with his glasses? You can't just like pocket those.
Sorry, did you hear that?
I did not.
Croc makes a joke and then he goes, that's a good one. He goes, that's funny, that's a good one. Yeah, that is a great point.
What does he do with his glasses?
I don't know what he does with his glasses, but he never breaks them. What are they in his back pocket? How does he have a pocket in that costume? I mean...
Yes, to see, and now he's dealing with the gorillas.
My assumption is that
I write your molecules so you face through the rope.
Okay, here's my geeky explanation. Oh yeah, that's good.
Your geeky explanation for...
I feel like if you just moved back and forth fast enough, you also could break that rope. But okay, so my geeky explanation for the glasses thing with Daredevil is he just has a pair every place where he is.
What does he do when he takes them off?
You mean like if he's in like a back alley or something?
Yeah, when he goes in the costume, what does he do with glasses when he takes them off?
I just feel like we don't see that with Daredevil that often. It seems like he doesn't do the Superman thing that much. Daredevil much more often, like he's already in his
Not when
office
the
and
courthouses get attacked and things like. He's in court a lot and stuff goes down.
And then he'll put okay. I assume he has glasses in courthouses. He just all over courthouses. He's got his glasses. No, that's a great point.
Batman has stuff.
That's a great question.
All
I don't
over
know.
the city. Matt Murdock just has like glasses cases hidden all over the city.
And I mean, like, yeah, he's probably losing clothes a lot too, but those are more easily replaceable than glasses.
Okay, I'm not sure if this is intentional, but I like... So, Nightwing and Red Robin are the sidekicks, right? So, Batman's full-fledged superhero, he goes after
Yeah, I mean,
someone.
I'm assuming Nightwing also works on his own.
He seems kind of sidekick.
He wasn't in the Batcave, though.
Was he not?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Was he?
I
thought it was just Red Robin in the Batcave, and he was out in the city. And
okay, well, let's assume that they're both... Or Batman at least views them both kind of as sidekicks.
Sure, absolutely. I'm sorry.
Batman goes after a villain by
Present
himself.
your premise, sir.
Green Arrow goes after a villain by himself. Flash goes after a villain by himself. Those two have to go together.
Yeah, that's good. But that might be more fuel for my fire. In that case, Nightwing is the superhero, and Robin has to be somebody's sidekick, and Batman's doing a thing by himself right now.
Sure. Well, that didn't work out well.
I think the animal villain picks are pretty good.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of other characters I'm thinking of that I'm missing with the whole animal thing. And then we have a major Batman villain in the Penguin. Like, I appreciate that. I like that it's not just a bunch of C-list characters so that we can go, look, we got C-list characters in the movie. Like,
well, and Killer Croc and Man-Bat are both Batman villains.
Sure, yeah.
It's weird to have Cheetah and use Green Arrow and not Wonder Woman.
Characters, I guess, but... Yeah, it is weird not to have Wonder Woman, but she's... Well,
because Flash is there because the gorilla guy's there.
You're right, and none of the rest of these superheroes are animal-themed.
Yeah.
I almost made that point, but I was like, well, no, if neither's Flash or Green Arrow. But that gets hard. I don't think you could come up with all animal superheroes that aren't, like, way off the beaten path.
Yeah, I'm thinking, like, Blue Beetle, Animal Man...
And, well, no, that would be actually kind of interesting, but, I don't know how you do Animal Man in this aesthetic, I have no idea, but...
I think he would work perfectly in this
Beast
aesthetic.
Boy, and I'm so sick of Beast Boy having to be in everything. And then,
Does he have to be in everything?
Maybe I just don't like him, and every time he shows up, I'm like, God, he's in everything, I don't know.
I feel like he stays contained to Teen Titans things.
I feel like I keep seeing him in things.
Okay.
Oh, you know, part of that, and I haven't watched much of this, but I've looked over Jason's shoulder a couple times. The Supergirls thing, the superhero girls thing, he's in those all the time. I don't know why. Okay, let's check out this Batmobile. Now, guys, we have a car, which means there is now a possibility of the Penguin stealing.
And it's animated.
Yeah, it still is.
The background isn't.
No,
the background.
But we've been doing that, like.
Well, no. What I'm saying is they went the other way. They didn't animate the background and animated the cars.
Yeah.
Which looks so much better.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it looks a little bit better because of the futuristic aesthetic, but.
But what is her name?
I like that car. I actually like that car quite a bit. It's kind of like the Forever car.
The girl who can use different animal abilities because of the amulet that's an arrow, and then had her own animated thing.
Oh, Vixen.
Vixen. She would probably be in this if you did the whole animal thing.
Yeah.
And as much as I still can't bring myself to care about her, I wouldn't cry foul about her being in this. Like,
no. Especially if we're pushing her in other media. Yeah.
That would make perfect sense.
I do wonder.
That is a cool car, actually.
Yeah, no, I like it quite a bit.
And it fits this aesthetic really well. Oh, you know what's really cool? It's got sinister-looking lights in the front, like their eyes. Like they're bat eyes.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if we go through all these...
More than ever, the front of the car looks like a face.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I wonder if as we go through these, if all of the, like, helper heroes, assuming they change from film to film, and it's not just always...
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Green Arrow is in the next one, because that's the one that Jason was watching that I saw 5 seconds of, or 5 minutes of, but...
I wonder if all the helper heroes will be boys. And it would be interesting if this was the boy toy animated thing, and then you have the superhero girls, which is the girl toy animated thing.
That's interesting. But that got bigger slightly after this.
Yeah.
I think they were already doing the toys, and that was starting to get popular, but they make their movies later. But not by much, like a year.
Yeah.
Like, I think the first of those comes out in 2016, and this is 2015, so... And that is interesting.
And I never thought of these as like, companion toy lines.
Me neither. I personally, but I don't know if they're making them anymore. Is the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't personally feel like that's a thing we really need to do. You know what I mean? Like
no. Okay. So the weird thing for me about the
I don't have a problem with superhero girls like doing a big team of girls and having a like a high school of. And like they have male characters in that. It's just you focus on the girls. I have no problem with that.
The weird thing for me,
but I don't know that we need to split them off like this. Like I'd like to see maybe. Well, I was going to say I'd like to see more boys in that and more girls in this. But then if that's called superhero girls, you expect to follow the female characters. I don't have a problem with that.
The weird thing for me is we're making a big deal about like girls want to play with action figures too, and we have to have as many girl figures as we do boy figures. But then we go over here and we do superhero girls. And it's very distinctly a girl's toy. That's weird.
Yeah, the one thing I don't like about that is that it feels kind of exclusive, where it's weird if boys play with it. But, like, again, I don't have a problem with it, like, focusing on female characters. But
no,
Jason really likes that. And I feel like people might raise their eyebrows at the fact that my son buys superhero girls. But Jason
really likes
he likes female protagonists, yeah. But what little I've seen of that, I don't feel like there's anything about it that really is like pushing away a male audience. It's just focusing on girl characters. But it is weird to me just that I
feel like the toy line sold that way though. Like these are girls' toys.
Well, and they're put in that aisle, yeah.
Whereas I feel like if you ever said that about just I guess normal toys, you would get in trouble. You cannot say they are boy toys, but you can say they are girl toys, and that's a little weird. Okay, so the one thing, and we're not paying the super closest attention, why are the robot animals here? Like, I'm sure they're going to be involved in, like, some master scheme, but, like...
Well, they set him up at the beginning with Penguin, and we know that Penguin is running this supervillain team.
No, I know, but, like, I don't know what... So they're animal-themed, and they make robot animals.
Right.
For, like, I don't...
To steal things and
But like, if we're doing the animality thing, the like animal instinct thing, like why make like they're just shaped like animals. They're not animals. Like it would make more sense to me if they were like armored animals or something like that.
Yeah. I guess it's just to fit the motif, maybe. And again, the practicality of like whatever that animal is good at, you make the robot in the shape of that to do that same thing.
Sure.
Animaniacs, that's pretty good. Okay, nothing anyone has said is funny after Animaniacs. Like, you guys all suck at coming up with names. I want that to be the poster. Just everybody like staring awkwardly head to camera. I don't know why this is really funny to me. There's something real Space Ghost about just everybody staring at me for a weird amount of time while Batman's giving exposition.
This is the show I think all of the Marvel cartoons think they are.
That's interesting.
I think this is the show that Avengers Assemble and Hulk's Agents of Smash and...
Those shows, what little I've seen of them, seem like they're just kind of shoving in your face like, look, we're funny, we're hilarious. And what little I saw of that Guardian show seemed really dry, weirdly.
Weird.
It just didn't really have a lot of oomph to it.
There's a joke in the first couple episodes of Avengers Assemble about, like, cookies, and it's the most obnoxious thing.
Really?
It feels like if a 3-year-old watched a sitcom and then tried to write an episode.
This is hilarious. Nobody suspects us being a big group of animal supervillains to be the people behind the animal robots. But maybe they've been just covert enough that nobody's seen them yet. Because I don't, like... have they been in the news?
I don't know. I'm also questioning why he needs a team if he has the robots. Like, it could just be him and Man-Bat.
I gotta tell you, just this cursory watch we're having of this while we're talking through it, there's not a lot about this I don't like.
No, and you're gonna have to rewind these.
Sure. Fine. Those might be, like, 7-minute rewinds, but...
Don't say that.
I should never...
You're making them 40 minutes now.
I should never say that. I'm kind of glad I waited to watch these just because I guess it's kind of fun to, you know, capture on camera. Holy crap, this doesn't suck. Like, that was Penguin's favorite hat. Oh my god. He's got a laser umbrella. Well, of course.
Yeah.
It's the future.
Yeah. I'd be more surprised if he didn't have a laser umbrella.
Is that a thing we see the boxing glove arrow do a lot, where it bounces off of something and it hits someone? Because that was fun.
Done that.
I like that.
But I'm not sure.
Oh, and then Gorilla Grodd had was able
Silverback.
to. What's that?
It's Silverback.
Silverback. It's not
They
Gorilla
keep calling
Grodd?
him Silverback.
Oh, that's right. And I read that on the back of. Is that another character, or are we just?
He must be someone else from Gorilla City.
Well, that makes... You know what? Now that you say that, I think I've heard of him before. But that makes a lot of sense, because if you have Gorilla Grodd, you have to deal with mind control.
Yes, yes. Sorry, but I interrupted you.
Oh, that's okay. I just
you.
thought it was fun that... Thank you for doing that. I just thought it was fun that he had a grappling hook in his arm.
Yeah.
Because that's an action figure gimmick.
Yes, yes. What's the over-under on this Killer Croc having the worst toy feature ever, where you press the back of the button and his arms go like this?
Either that, or you press something on the back of his neck and his jaw goes...
Yeah, no, those are fun. Stop making toys where a button moves the arm.
And here's why
it destroys playability.
And the reason that sucks is because they always lock somewhere, and you have to reset them so that you can display them. Yep. Because they always get stuck in this position, and then what happens? You press the button and it goes like this.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Again, the score is so like high-flying adventure.
Yeah, to be fair, you would have been liquefied in real physics. Much like any time Superman catches anyone.
Oh, and it just occurred to me, we've got like half a Justice League here, and there's no Superman either.
I wonder if Superman shows up in one of the other ones.
Me too.
Or maybe he's too big to put in one of these. Like we want Batman to be the focus. We don't want to do Batman and Superman.
Yeah, because then you have that...
oh, that one's got the glider thing too.
Then you have that Lego Batman, the movie problem, where Superman can solve all Batman's problems for him.
Yeah.
We've already told that story. We don't want to do that again.
But yeah, that costume also has the glider thing, so maybe that previous costume he upgraded to this?
Yeah, there might have been a line about it that we missed. I don't know. I don't think he talked about it, but... The goggles are growing on me a little bit.
I don't hate them, I'm like, well, that's not what the Flash looks like.
Yeah, it's
this emo swoop thing is not growing on me at all, though.
No, I don't like that either. That could be really dark, honestly. You might have just blown that guy up.
You know what amazes me about this? And maybe
they didn't, though.
Maybe they're padding it for time.
Silverback is still alive.
Oh, he's a robot.
What? Whoa! That's what's fun about setting this in the future, is you can do all these cool reveals with... Oh, and you know what's really fun about that? He's like Cyborg Superman. He's got like the half face with the... Yeah.
Or the Terminator.
But they're... Sure, but everyone was comparing him to the Terminator, obviously. Sure. So that's just redundant. You know, he's already that.
I'd never thought of that, honestly, until this moment.
That's hilarious. But yeah, they're actually having a lot of fun with their setting.
Yeah.
They're constantly remembering, oh yes, we're set in the future. We have all this advanced technology.
So, it might be padding for time. I am legitimately impressed for a children's program how much they're able to stop. Like there's no dialogue. We're just, and like, it moves, and like, We're able to take breaths.
It's downtime. We take a breath. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that with this. I thought it would just be constant, you know, kinetic energy.
There was a bit before, like, Green Arrow shot his arrow, and, like, he waits for a minute and then explodes. Like, it's not...
This is...
It breathes.
Yeah, this is not for kids with no attention spans.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exciting. And I don't know about you, but when I was playing with action figures, I tried to make stories and do all this stuff.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think kids tend to do that. No, I expected this to be a lot more Powerpuff Girls-y.
Yeah.
In the way it was paced. You know, I thought it would be a lot more frantic.
No, this is just a Batman adventure. Set in the future.
Yeah, and I feel right at home. This feels like a Batman thing.
Mm-hmm.
That maybe goes without saying.
This isn't.
I don't
this isn't
think it does.
Like tonally super dissimilar from other things we've watched in the Mania.
And it's not too not dark. Like, he feels like Batman.
Yeah. That was pretty creepy.
Yeah, why is this not a TV show?
Yeah. No, this would be a great TV show.
So Jason's only seen one of these, but like, I'm gonna hand these to my kids tomorrow. Like, why have they not watched these yet?
Also, maybe he doesn't know, or he's under some kind of mind control because
he doesn't seem to know that he's Man-Bat.
But Penguin introduced him, which means he's working with Penguin, which is weird.
Right, but no one knows that he's like he created these robots, but maybe he doesn't know what Penguin's doing with them.
That might be true. It just seemed weird that he made the robots and he's Man-Bat, and so like I'm like, okay, well both sides are working with Penguin.
Yeah. Well, and again, we might have missed something, and they might have explained this already, but it's possible that Penguin intentionally made a Man-Bat or something.
Mm.
Well, he's explaining things right now. Retrieval mission. That's what retrieving means.
Jewelry.
Oh, okay, so was he using him against his will or something? I feel like they're not telling us something we need to know right now, but...
Mm-hmm. Or it's just like weird coincidence that the guy that Penguin got to make his things also is Man-Bat, so he can use him in the supervillain team too?
Right, but he just said the robberies were covers, so he knows that Penguin is doing bad things.
But did he know before this moment?
I thought the way that was presented was like, I know what his plan is,
okay.
But I might be wrong. But they're not treating him like he's an antagonist. Like, he's just working with them now. And they didn't have to coerce him or anything. Is that necessary? Can't you just press a button? Like... This is a real dramatic Penguin.
Yeah. Maybe even a melodramatic Penguin.
He is a melodramatic Penguin.
I was looking at something the other day and discovered that is the first place that we use the term tractor beam.
What is?
I don't remember. It's some book from like the 20s. Is the first place we use the term tractor beam, and I was like...
Once I had an argument with my dad about whether or not Star Trek had the rights to the term tractor beam, and I was like, there's no way.
No,
because he heard it in something else in a movie or something, he was like, oh, they're going to get sued by Paramount. I'm like, no, Dad, no, they're not.
It's in Star Wars.
It's just... Yeah!
If they could have sued, they would have.
They would have, yeah. Well, yeah, because Paramount, yeah.
But it was like, it was some book from like the 20s, 30s, and it was like weird to me. I'm like, well, yes, of course someone
must... to destroy the city.
Oh.
This is more than just... Well, we know it's more than robberies, because...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a weird thing where I was like, I guess
something
must be the first thing to use that, but I never would have thought that we would know what it is. Like, I assume we don't know what the first thing to use a ray gun is. Maybe we do. I just
I don't know. I don't know. So, this is neither here nor there, but I just realized something. We're a little bit later in Batmania. We're gonna do Return to the Cape Crusaders and BVS back to back, and I think that's hilarious.
Oh, that's good. That's gonna be really funny. If BVS
and then the next thing after BVS is Lego Batman movie, so that's gonna be fun. We have Adam West, BVS, and Lego. I love that we're sandwiching that between two movies that I cannot, two Batman parody things that I am having an impossible time putting one above the other. That would be a wonderful double feature.
Those two.
Those two.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, BVS is so long, you can't have the fun of like watching one of them with it.
Or one of them with it. Yeah.
You're not gonna get that juxtaposition because that movie is so long.
Yeah, Eric and I have been shooting, and you might be able to tell sometimes by the same shirts we're wearing, but Eric and I have been shooting some of these a couple at a time, and tonight we're doing several, but BVS will be a day, and Dark Knight Rises was a day we could only shoot one.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're doing this project, because you would have never watched these.
I never would have watched these.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Like, there's a real internal logic to all this. Like,
yeah.
Wow, I like this Langstrom.
Yeah, me too. Man-Bat's a character I'm not sure I've ever seen done in a way that like I really like in an adaptation.
I always want to love him.
Yeah.
And I've never been just real I think the great Man-Bat story has yet to be told.
I agree.
Or maybe there's just something I don't know about that's wonderful. But if anybody knows of a spectacular Man-Bat story,
at least in adapted form, the great Man-Bat, the great Man-Bat adaptation.
Right. I mean,
there probably are some great Man-Bat stories in comics.
Yeah, and I want to say the guy, I can't remember his name, the guy I love that did the Penguin mini at the beginning of 52 and then did a run on Detective. I think he might have done a Man-Bat, but I can't remember. He had a Mad Hatter story that...
Yes, and I read the Scarecrow story. No, the Scarecrow story.
The Scarecrow story, yeah.
I was like, I know what you're talking about, and I didn't read any more of them. I should go back to those.
He worked with Simon Krodansky, who's one of my favorite Spawn artists.
I cannot think what that guy's name is.
It'll come to me at some point. I used to know it. With my tractor bee, I love this Penguin voice.
But he's also one of those guys that's a novelist and just kind of came over and dabbled in comics.
Yeah.
It's not Charlie Houston, is it?
I wish he'd stuck around and done more stuff. He did Batman for a little while.
And I think he did. I think he did Moon Knight. He did something over Marvel.
No, I don't know that he did anything at Marvel. If he did, I don't know what it was. I don't think it was Moon Knight though.
And I can just look it up, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Just look up Detective and Simon Krodansky, and you'd find him that way.
I don't think it's Detective. I think it's Dark Knight, wasn't it? Didn't he take over that book?
I thought for sure it was Detective. I might be wrong. It might have been. No, it was Dark Knight. You're right. No. I'm sorry. You're right. I forgot that book ran that long.
The second time.
So here's two guys we never put together.
No, and they seem like they make sense together.
We have this Nightwing Flash thing. Oh my God! Look at the suit. Look at this suit. This is great.
That's a toy.
Redundant at this point, but yes.
That's Clancy Brown.
Is it? Is it?
I am 75% positive that it's Clancy Brown.
Okay. I don't.
Unless so with that line.
Yeah, I don't think that's who that is. I don't believe you. You're totally gonna be right, and I'm gonna be like, oh.
I can usually pick him out.
Well, me too. That's why I don't think that's him. I just don't know.
It's Greg Hurwitz.
Greg Hurwitz, that's right.
Oh, I think it's Punisher he wrote?
Did he?
I think so.
If so, I don't know about it. Oh my God, this suit is cracking me up. I want to go out and buy that now. See, I hated these toys, but now I'm seeing them in a context that I'm liking, and... Commissioner Gordon is voiced by Richard Epcar.
Oh, I don't know him.
Told you. Mwahahaha.
Well, then he has a second career in being
the voice double
a
for
Clancy Brown sound like.
Voice double,
He's all robot now.
What? Oh, I need to watch this movie. I need to stop looking stuff up. Oh man, it glows! Is that like a detective mode thing he's doing? Or like, why is it red in the background now?
I'm not sure. Oh, but he's ready to fight. He's taking that stuff off.
Oh man. The kid gloves are coming off. What are you looking up?
I'm just looking to see if he wrote.
what Marvel thing Greg Hurwitz did.
Yeah, he wrote Punisher.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow, from 61 to 95.
Oh wow, he had a run. That's cool. Yeah, I had no idea he ever went to Marvel. I only followed his Batman work.
I think he did some Marvel and then moved over.
Is that what happened?
Because there was a bunch of like Wolverine one shots and like a couple of like miniseries like things.
But did he do Punisher after his Batman, or?
It said 2007, 2008, I think.
Oh, okay, so much earlier. Much earlier.
But yeah, 2008, 2009.
Oh man, this is kind of a reversal.
He stole his thing.
Yes, he is Batman is controlling Penguin's robots instead of Penguin stealing the Batmobile. I don't know if that was intentional. I don't know if they were thinking about that was a reversal, but it is. It is a reversal, and I love that. Because remember when we were watching...
That is a thing.
When we were playing... Sorry.
When you press a toy and it does the voice, like that's a thing, right? Flash, we're waiting for you. Get that shield down.
That's great. And they got the walkie-talkies.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
We were playing the Telltale Batman game, and Penguin does that with all Batman's tech in that.
Yep.
And this Batman does it in Penguin's tech.
Yep. Maybe Telltale was doing a subtle callback to this film.
Maybe so. That exactly two people ever noticed.
And that's us two.
That's who we're talking about. That's how math works. See, because here's the logic of it. We noticed it, and we are too.
We're on to you, Telltale. And by the time we start playing the second Telltale Batman, we'll have watched all three of these, so we know where you're getting your ideas from.
So, like, this is not the most substantive thing, but I don't feel like it's real stretched out.
It's not insulting my intelligence.
Well, I don't feel like it's too stretched. I mean, like, yeah, you could tell this story in 22 minutes, probably.
Yeah, you don't need this many action scenes, or for them to be this long, but
they keep me engaged.
Yeah, they're fun.
And I might be overselling it because I'm excited to be liking this at all. But I'm telling you, there's not a lot I'm not liking about this. Like, it's all right. It's
at
fun.
the very least, if there's any parents, like, this is a great thing to watch with your kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or put on for your kids not have to worry.
Yeah.
If your kids are tired of Batman the Animated Series and Batman Beyond... The Batman, and Beware the Batman.
One thing you could maybe complain about is it's not adding a lot. I mean, we have been here and done this before, to some degree. But I guess the futuristic tech and stuff is cool. I mean, yeah, we had that in Batman Beyond, but this is doing other clever, Saturday morning cartoon things with it. No, I love what you said earlier, that this is the show that Warner's asked for in the first place.
And it's not bad.
And it couldn't have been much better than this.
Yeah.
Like, if Bruce Timm had reluctantly made that show...
Yeah, it probably would have been worse, because it would have been reluctant.
They didn't want to make it, yeah. These guys took an action figure line that I thought was pretty sad, and they said, no, we can do something with that.
Yeah, we can make that work.
And you know why things like this probably happen? Because the people who get to work on it thought they would never get to touch this material.
Well, and it's also...
That's what seems to tend to happen.
And it's also probably, like, people aren't paying that much attention to what they're doing. It's like, okay, we're going to actually make a product.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to know, looking at those toys...
Yeah, there's no pressure.
Yeah. I'd be interested to know, looking at those toys... See, look, he's all robot now.
Oh, that's great.
I'd be interested to know how much of this is dictated by the toys. Like, do the toys decide it's a futuristic environment, or do they decide that? Like if you read the back of the box, it would be like,
You're right. I am making the assumption it's the first thing. You're right. I'm saying they probably looked at that action figure line and said, what could we do? I want to think that's what it is, because I want to give them, like, I would give them so much credit for thinking of that, where it's like, how do we make this aesthetic work? Because it's not a good aesthetic.
No.
Initially.
No.
But they built a world around it that has 100%...
If this was a normal Batman show...
made me buy it.
You'd be like, what are we doing with all of this?
Yeah.
Nightwing's awful. Everything else, okay, cool. We're doing a futuristic thing. Maybe it's not my favorite design, but it works to some degree.
I still wish Batman had that Beyondish costume.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm not hating this in the context of it like I thought I would look at the box.
If he never goes back to that costume, that is just a nod, right?
Yeah.
That is why we opened it there. We're like, well, you all know what we're doing.
But unless you did a whole movie with it, that's fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I like that. No, you're right. They might be just trying to come out and acknowledge, yes, this looks like Batman Beyond. We get it. But bear with us. What do you do with these costumes?
Yeah.
So I want to think that's what it is, but who knows? And I bet there's no information.
And this was the only toy design that looked similar to Batman Beyond, so we can't do the straight up Batman Beyond costume, but we can give you this.
I bet they never made that toy. I bet they made that up for this, and there's not even a toy. That's the thing we should look up. We should see what figures were in this line, or should we save that for the next one because we have 2 more of these that we have
all
to
of
sit
these
through.
Are figures. Why would you make any of these if they're not figures?
To do an homage to Batman Beyond.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that would be the one that I would buy. That I could buy.
The rest of it, I'm sure.
Yeah, they all have to be toys. Except for maybe Man-Bat. Because he's just Batman the Animated Series Man-Bat with a slightly different face.
So yeah, I keep assuming they've just made 3 and we're not going to get any more. Because they made all 3 of these within a year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 2018 and we haven't heard about another one. So we should look and see if that line got dropped or not. But they made a Halloween costume.
Oh, really? For this Bat costume?
Yep.
That doesn't look great.
No, it does not.
But to be fair, I don't know if there's very many Halloween costumes that look great on the packaging. Like in the picture.
Bat suits are hard, and they all have, and too many of them have muscle chests.
Yep.
Here's what we need.
Nightwing knows what I need.
We're in sync like this. I say that all the time. Eric knows what I need.
You just help him get it faster.
Eric, I'm not calling you a sidekick or anything, but you know what I need. Thanks for helping me get it faster. I'm having a hard time just finding a list or a set of figures of these. Because when I look at Unlimited... Oh! No. Never mind.
Is it just one huge wave?
Maybe? I don't know. I'm just having a hard time finding not just like a bunch of other things mixed in. Meanwhile, at the Gotham Zoo...
I'm also curious, like, did they just do Tigra? Or, I mean, Cheetah? Like, they just did Cheetah and Silverback as toys? And they're like, I guess we'll use them in our movie? Like, those are weird picks for a Batman toy
Those
line.
would be strange picks, yeah. There is a Joker figure.
I assume he's in one of these.
I would figure, yeah. He has a crazy mouth. Look, he looks like that.
Oh, wow. He's a little muscly.
Yep.
I'm interested to know what he sounds like. If he is one, in
If
one of
he
these. I
is
hope
indeed
he's
in one of these, yeah, me too. I mean, these guys are going to want to get to do him.
Yeah, yeah. That doesn't look good.
No, that's not great. I'm sorry. Look, I'm busy. I'm doing things. Wait, do these all fit in this? Are these all part of that line? Oh wow! There's an Azrael and a Deathstroke.
Really?
And a Red Hood.
Might we get an Azrael in one of these?
I don't think so. And a Bane. Look at this. Look at those guys.
The Bane I buy.
Is Bane and Azrael and Deathstroke and Red Hood? Yeah, they went for all the dark characters. That's crazy. Oh, they're doing the big dome around the city, the energy dome around the city thing.
Yeah.
I'm not paying attention to this movie now. I'm looking up figures. Sorry. Sorry, folks.
Batman said, like, the thing where like, I'm gonna say this and you're gonna think I'm crazy. And Green Arrow was like, what? Because he's like, so that laser's gonna push the meteor away? And he's like, no, it's gonna pull it to us faster. And Green Arrow was like, okay, wait, what? But I didn't catch the part where it explains how that's not a bad idea.
Some of these shots of like people just staring off into space or looking at what's going on.
Those are not the kinds of things I expected in this.
They
film.
all well, that's true. That's great. But I was just gonna say they look like Bruce Timm shots to me.
Yeah, yeah.
Look, there's a Batman Beyond and an Asbat.
Oh, so they did make a Batman Beyond, and
Yeah.
there's a mech Batman.
Yeah,
which I guess makes sense because it's mechs and mutants.
Well, I thought that was supposed to be like an Asbat suit.
Oh, okay.
But you're right. It is more of a mech thing. Ooh, what's going on?
He's
he's
turning back.
Turning back into Lancer. Oh,
yeah.
I thought he was going to turn into like a big scary.
For the last. Oh, never mind.
What?
I almost lost it. So there's smoke around it. I was like, is there blood all over that? We saved it all for this one shot.
Yeah.
No, it's
that's a little jarring all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I feel like you should like set your tone up front.
Yeah, yeah.
That is not the most aerodynamic Batplane I've ever seen. They made him pretty sympathetic.
Yeah.
Thanks to me.
Yeah, I'm not sure that makes sense.
Red Robin's pretty fun and spunky.
Yeah.
He seems like Tim Drake to me.
What's a little weird is I can't figure out.
He's smiling in every shot. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
He's always smiling.
Is if his costume is kind of spiky, or his mask is kind of spiky in the back, or if his hair hangs out like Batgirl. Because that's a weird choice.
Yeah, that is weird. I didn't even think of that. That's what he's concerned about in prison. Oh no, are they going to come back? They're not going to come back, right? We're never going to see them again. Just for the sake of variety.
Yeah, just for the sake of variety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if it was a TV show,
yep.
then you do a follow-up episode
Yep.
where we see them again.
No, this is a great pilot.
I love this.
Yeah.
This Nightwing Flash relationship, that's cool. Dare I say I would watch this again and not talk the whole time.
Yeah.
That is high praise, given that I was not sure what we were getting ourselves into. Like I said, I saw a scene and thought it was pretty cleverly written, but I didn't know I was getting myself into. He has a Goblin glider. Oh, it's a robot ace.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, and the red one was a bird for Robin.
Yeah, that's cool.
So what is the?
And so they have Animal Max.
What is like Tiger One?
Oh, they commandeered them from the bad guys, and then they just kept using them. That's a cool idea. Well, they might not use all of them.
Only three.
No, there were 4, weren't there?
Maybe there were 4. The penguins are coming for him.
Is he gonna get attacked by penguins? What? That soundtrack for a second it sounded like it was harkening back to Returns a little bit.
They're pretty far back, man.
I'll get you, Batman! Well, that was pretty alright, man.
Okay, so it's written by Heath Corson.
Yeah,
Let's
find
see
out
if
who
Heath
that
Corson
is.
has done anything else. Thank you again,
Wow.
Michael Uslan.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was the least offensive thing ever, right? Like,
Roger Craig Smith was Batman. That name sounds familiar.
yeah, it does.
And John DiMaggio was Killer Croc.
Oh, cool.
Did not catch that.
I have the cast list pulled up, so I'll figure him out. Or I did. Achoo. Roger Craig Smith.
Oh, and there's larger box sets that come with like toys.
Yeah.
Heath Corson is not...
Roger Craig Smith, who's Batman in this, is currently Sonic the Hedgehog in...
Oh, interesting.
In the video games? Or what? Yes. He's been Sonic since 2010. I didn't realize there was a changeover.
I didn't either, I guess.
And he's been Steve Rogers in some of the direct-to-video
have you ever seen those?
movies?
They're awful.
No, they're awful. Oh! He was Batman in Arkham Origins.
Okay, so if
so that makes so much sense. You know how I said he was doing a Conroy? Yeah, because he was hired to do a Conroy in Origins. That's why.
That makes sense.
Because they didn't want an older Batman voice, so with Origins, so they tried to get somebody that could do that was a sound-alike for Kevin Conroy.
So are you ready for me to blow
sense.
your mind?
Yeah, go ahead.
With what else
that guy
Heath
wrote?
Carson wrote?
Yeah.
Corson wrote?
Yeah.
Justice League War.
Crazy.
Also, he's a writer on Justice League Action. He's written he wrote both Lego Scooby-Doo movies.
I expect Action probably feels a lot like this. It's kind of the sense I get.
And he only wrote the first two of these. He only wrote Ambulance Dick and Monster Mayhem. He didn't.
Oh.
It does not look like he wrote the third one.
We'll see what that's like then.
Yes.
That might be a departure.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Well,
he was also Moaning Man on ER. We all remember Moaning Man on ER.
This is our live for the next couple of days. We did the first Batman Unlimited movie, and that's what we're doing for the next two. I cannot believe these all came out back to back to back with no other Batman things in between. So that's what we're doing for a bit. So join us again tomorrow, won't you? And think about getting the DVD for the next one. Partly so you can watch it along with us, and partly because...
turns out these are kind of good.
I kind of enjoyed this, and if you didn't actually watch it with us, you might as well. I mean, don't expect a real deep story, but... I had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah,
so,
I did too.
Anyway, thanks again, folks. We sure appreciate it. We'll see you again tomorrow or Monday, whenever this falls. I am Captain Logan.
And I'm Eric.
See you, folks.